Hello and welcome back to The Good News. I'm TJ.
And I'm Doc.
I like you being Doc.
I like being Doc.
What's
It was a lot
up,
of work.
Doc?
There was a lot of work going into me being Doc.
So who was Doc? It was because that was Bugs Bunny that always say, "What's up?"
He
Doc?"
called everybody Doc.
Oh, okay.
Bugs Bunny was a preacher then.
He must have been, because y'all always trying to elevate somebody. Hey, Bishop, Apostle. Well, we are surely excited to have you back with us for this episode of The Good News. You know, I thought about this as you were preaching. Well, it really was an awesome message. But before we get into that, we want to talk about this week. And this week has been, you know, we had the 4th of July, and we did some celebrating and some barbecue eating.
This was an interesting week when you think about it.
It was interesting on the scale. What in the WTF?
Oh.
On the scale. You and the scale have motivated me to get back. We brushed out our bikes and cleaned them up and got them ready. We were out lifting some weights in the weight room yesterday. So
I enjoyed it too.
Get ready. Next time y'all see me, I'm gonna be flexing like Pastor and doing my arm.
I'll be flexing like that, do I?
No, you sure don't.
Okay.
But yes, so it's so important in this season to make sure that we are healthy.
Yeah.
Obesity is a risk factor for COVID-19 and having complications.
And a lot of other things too.
Yeah. So we really need to. Now is not the time to rely on your chips and cookies as comfort. Go to the Lord in prayer. Instead of going to the pantry and eating.
But it tastes so good.
Yes, but that is not where our help comes from.
True.
Out your message today, giving grace.
Yeah. And you know, it's when I looked at the text, grace say that wasn't the first thing I saw in it when I first thought. I thought more thankfulness, because I always like going to that 21st verse.
Yeah.
But when I was reading the text and I said, this is about grace. And you know, and I started finding out that that whole text is considered a grace type of text. So I started thinking about grace and how, as a kid, I remember the very first grace I remember. God is great, God is good, and we thank Him for our food. And you know, it just so how I was talking about the little Bible verse cards we used to get. And I remember we had them growing up as a kid, and then when I became an adult, I saw them in a Christian bookstore. I said, I'm gonna have these for my kids so they can learn Bible verses. And we had to say Bible verse before we eat and everything. And I wonder, I'm gonna ask them, do they remember those little Bible verse cards? And
that's funny because we always laugh at, I don't even remember what the movie was where they were beating up kids saying, say you love Jesus.
I remember that movie, yeah.
And so you are just as bad. You won't let the kids eat until they have.
Hey, you had to show appreciation for this meal. You didn't work for it.
If you don't know no Bible verse, you can't eat.
Well, you had the card. I don't think I do know how to read.
So that's going to be my new weight loss plan. I'm going to, before I eat anything, I'm going to recite the entire Psalm 119.
And you know, I was going to tell the story. I was going to tell the story about how we have the bigger family gatherings and how, you know, you have like on Thanksgiving or Christmas, they usually let the matriarch or the patriarch do the prayer. And like we have a couple of preachers in my family, and we always neither one of us have a problem yielding to the matriarch of our family for doing the prayer.
The real preacher.
But exactly, the real preacher. We're going to ask Betty to pray, and we're going to be eating out, sitting at the table all day waiting on food to be eaten.
Lined up at the microwave.
She's going to be thanking God for everything, because we know my grandmama's a prayer. So.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, but it was interesting, the whole thing about grace.
And so your text this morning was from Ephesians, the 3rd chapter, verses 14 through 21. And I know Ephesians 3, 20 and 21 as the benediction text, but you started with some earlier verses, and tell us about those verses. And
that basically was talking about how the gift of God, you know, a lot of times when it comes to gifts, people have mixed emotions.
Yes.
Because I kind of, in the middle part of the sermon, I talked about how people say, so what I owe you for this?
Yeah.
Because there's a string attached. A lot of people don't like getting stuff because they think when people do something for you, you got to do something back for them.
Yeah.
And you know, to me, I've learned, and it took me a while to get this, but when I say thank you, that's all I owe you when you decide to give me a gift.
Yeah.
That don't mean that I have to give you a gift back. Now, if I decide to give one, it's not a guilt gift. It's because I desire to give you a gift as well. The whole book of Ephesians, 6 chapters. The first 3 talks about the gift of grace, and then the second 3 talks about the response to it. You know, it's like when somebody do something really good for you, it's hard to not want to respond in like manner, say like favor.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times people say it's like, we go to your mom's house, she will always give us something to come home with. We'll just start taking our stuff over there from now on, because every time we go there, she always got some fruit, some vegetables. You know, she always got something she gonna send you with. And that's how love is.
Yeah.
Love always want to make sure you know that you're loved. And it's rooted and grounded. And, you know, it's not like when people give, it comes out of their overflow because it's so much inside of them, it just oozes out. And that's what love is. It just oozes out.
Oozing and oozing on the good
know,
news.
right?
You know, one of the things you brought up, and you used the analogy of a gym trainer that we used once upon a time. And I thought about it as I was thinking about how horrible the scale has been this week. And I, when you talked about the methods that you used in your training, and those hard things that we do strengthen us for a greater season. But sometimes they are meant to push us closer to God, to go to God, who does have all the answers. So we don't have to wait until we've done all we know to do. And you hear that so much. I've done all I knew to do.
And get excited about it when they say that.
And then I took it to the Lord. Well, you just wasted time.
A lot of time. And you know, I tried my best to say, and I made a mistake in the sermon. Not I made a mistake, but I was trying to hold the sex of the trainer that I had, because I said, now they know I got beat up by a girl.
You got beat up by a girl.
I said, that girl put me into shape.
You paid her to beat you. Awesome message today. And one of the key things I got from it. So you were talking about the hard things and how we will go through that I tried to do it all myself, and I tried all that I tried to do, and then when nothing worked and I wasted so much time, that's when we decide to give it to the Lord. But you also said that it's those hard things that make us stronger. So just like when we're lifting weights, and I was bench pressing 65 pounds yesterday, and so now and so now that I can't keep just bench pressing 65 pounds. I have to add more weight if I want to get stronger. And so in our faith walk, that adding more faith is trusting God more. Trusting God with, you know, there's some those little secret pockets of our life that we don't want to let God in. But we let God in everywhere is when we are truly blessed.
That tells me everything belongs to God.
Yes.
So why am I trying to do something with it? Hey, this is yours, God. Fix it. You know, fix me. You know, better fix me.
And see, and that's the challenge, because we don't want fixing. We want the situation fixed. We want it just to work out with not any change. And you have another sermon that said, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Yeah, and I think you was doing something technical when I made the statement how when we go to God, like David asked God, what should I do? I said, how many of us ask God, what should I do? We always, God, you need to do this and you need to do that. We give God this hit list of what God need to do, and God like, wait a minute, I think I forgot who's God and who's not God. I'm God, you not God. You do this.
That's some easy, cheap faith. Just to get shoot off a laundry list and then get up and say, well, I gave it over.
In Jesus' name. But it's more about, God, what should I do? Because God is working something in us to make us better. It's like I gave the illustration about the computer. When they get a virus in it, you know, you got to get that virus out of it if you want the computer to run right. A lot of us, I asked what's in our heart. I said, but too many people got viruses in their heart. You know, that malware. Get that malware out your heart.
And you know, it's so interesting that you said that, because you went on to use the story of the computer person that you worked with last, and he would just come and take your computer and just bring it back brand new. And see, that's again the lazy way of getting rid of viruses, rather than finding out what virus it is, cleaning, doing all of that, because you don't even know what the virus was doing. Half of your database could be out in the in the cloud if you didn't do all of the research to complete to go through and find out what the root cause was. So when you just wipe it, then that was the easy way.
And you told it from that perspective. I give you from the other side. just fix it. I don't care what you got to do to it.
Yeah.
And that's how we go to God and pray. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We say God is trying to expose a greater issue in our life by letting pain be the one to speak for it.
Yeah.
So when you get a headache and it's like, man, why my head hurting all the time? Because you are not eating right. Why I'm feeling this pain in this part of my body? Because you never exercise it, so there are root causes to a lot of what we do, and we just see the pain and we just want the pain gone. We don't want the cause of it gone. So
Amen.
I think that we have to do better at going to God saying, God, what should I do about this?
But this really was an awesome message, and thank you for encouraging us, especially now, because we are being called to do these new and hard things, and we will get confused and try to fix them on our own when we serve a big God who is bigger than anything that can come against us. Yes. So I am grateful for you encouraging us, and grateful for the people of Champions for Christ that were able to join us for this message this morning, that with all the other choices of online ministries that they could visit, they still choose to tune in with us and to support the ministry, and we are just ready to get back out and do what God is calling us to do in this season. So we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here at the Good News each and every week for good news.
I like good news.
TGN.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Again, thank you so much. I hope that you are tuning in each morning at 9 a.m. for a new prayer at Choose Joy with Tisa. It's on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts, and we are just surely being blessed. Thank you so much for all of your comments, liking and subscribing, and helping us grow. We have to work in the YouTube algorithm. So we have to have likes and subscribers to get the videos to come up for other people, and we know that everybody needs prayer right now. So thank you so much for helping me get that done.
And thank you for being a part of the Be Better on Purpose with Dr. DarryllJones YouTube family. I'm so excited and I'm so motivated to continue to give you daily videos on how we all can be better on purpose.
And thank
with
you.
Dr. DarryllJones.
Thank you for that. We thank you, and we hope that we will see you next week, every morning at 9 a.m. and every afternoon when our pastor, Dr. DarryllJones, helps us be better on purpose. Until the next time, you got to say good day and good night.
Good day and good night.
Oh, you sound like Walter Cronkite.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I sound like one of them radio DJs on the Quiet Storm.
Turn your radio down, turn your radio down.
And she's awesome.
Yes, she was. Thank you.